14 once again for the camera. Do you give us consent to upload this meeting?
Yes, I do.
All right. This is going to be on YouTube with your face blurred.
Yes, okay.
All right?
Understood.
And I just want to go through the chain of events of what happened that night. All right? So, starting with, initially going to the meeting location.
Yeah.
How did you feel? What was going through your head?
Probably a lot of doubt, a lot of anxiety. I've never really done anything like that before. I was thinking, honestly, my primary concern up until the first 2 minutes of meeting you guys was probably someone was going to try to fucking stick me, or try to rob me or steal my car or something. That was my initial reaction. But I just I don't know, kind of not regret yet, because regret's after it happens. But it's, just I was feeling kind of uneasy. I was just hadn't really done anything like that before, and I was just, I don't know, I guess not feeling good, but I was already there, so I was gonna, at least meet and see what happened, alright? So.
Now, you had told me that night that you had prior situations where you showed up to a house and it wasn't what you thought, or something like that.
Yeah, that was with girls, just one girl on Tinder, and she said she was like, I think 23 or 24, was like black. She said she was a black girl from Britain, and I rolled up, and I was just like, oh hey, are you here? I deleted her account. I looked at the address she gave, and I walked up to the door, and there's this fucking family of 4 watching TV. And I was like, what's so-and-so live here? And they're like, no. I was like, okay, well, you'll be going then. It wasn't something like this. It was just, I don't know, whether it's people, trying to either just fuck with you, or I have no idea.
Catfish or something.
Catfish, yeah. For whatever, and there's many reasons people try to do that.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was the one. I think there was a girl in Waterbury I was trying to meet. She said she was 30, and I pulled up to her house, and then as soon as I was like, oh hey, I'm here, and then I saw some fucking big black dude get out of his car and stuff. I mean, this was 2 in the morning. I'm like, fuck, I'm not doing this, I'm leaving. So I fucking gunned it all the way back. So those are 2 things. I think one was just someone fucking with me, and another one who maybe was trying to rob me, or maybe I was just being paranoid, because I'm waiting in Waterbury, and I just stick out like a sore thumb. 2 in the morning too, so no one can hear you screaming. But
Got you.
Yeah.
All right. So moving on.
Yeah.
When you first saw me walk up to your car, and I asked you for a cell phone.
Yeah.
What were you thinking then? Because when I initially started walking up, you already started reversing.
Yeah, I thought you were just trying to steal my cell phone. I didn't think anything more than that. I was just like, I mean, of course, in retrospect, I was like, shit, why would that guy just come up to any fucking parked car and ask for a cell phone and bounce? I was like, man, maybe he's just a really fucking bold cell phone thief. I don't know, but I was like, fuck. I don't know if this guy is another fucking dude who's trying to, I have no fucking clue what you're trying to take.
Okay.
What you were trying to take my cell phone, but it was for, it wasn't for malicious reasons.
Yeah, no, not at all. I just wanted to confirm who you were, actually.
Gotcha. Okay, that makes sense.
I got that from that.
Yeah.
Because then you pulled out.
You saw my face, and you...
Yeah, you pulled out, and I was like, all right, that was our guy. But I knew you were going to come back.
Yeah.
My partners were like, oh, he's gone, and I was like, nah, he's going to come back. But, all right, so let's get down to the nitty gritty.
Okay, cool.
When we did park and approach you.
Okay.
First thoughts through your head.
I thought, oh fuck, they're gonna fucking kill me or something, or just steal my shit. Again, the whole, I didn't put 2 and 2 together at the time. I was still kind of more nervous about the whole robbing thing. Because again, the thing you guys are doing isn't really big in the United States. It's kind of more of a Canadian thing as of right now. As of late, at least, after the Chris Manson era.
Very true.
But yeah, no, I was like, this dude, you know what I mean? I saw these, you guys walk out, so I'm like, then I thought that was weird. I was like, why is this guy walking so slow? I figured if he wants to jack my car, speed would be. So then I was like, all right, maybe it's something else. And then it was pretty quick to figure out what you guys' intentions were. So I mean, it wasn't to harm me or anything. It was just to try to get answers.
And I knew that you were scared, because the first thing that you said was, your dad was a cop, and I was like, oh, okay.
That's another cringe moment. Oh my god, that was such a fact.
It's all right, but and I didn't show you any aggression, which I think is really important. Doing what we do.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because it could be misinterpreted.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right. So, those 60 minutes with me.
Yeah.
Go ahead, reflect on that.
Just reflect on that. I just went through a wide range of emotions. It went from kind of like, you know, what are the 5 stages of grief? Just like anger, fear, anger. It was kind of like that. You know, first I was like, oh, fuck, these guys are going to kill me. Then I was like, fuck. You know, I was mad at you guys. I was mad at myself. You know, I was mostly mad at myself, honestly. As mad as I got at you guys, I think in retrospect, I was just kind of like thinking, shit, like, what was I thinking about doing this? You know, and what chain of events really led to me getting here? And it was stupid, you know. I just think I should have stayed home. I should have done this. I guess that being said, I'm kind of glad to be mad because if I had like actually tried, you know, if I was like, oh fuck, they were just trying to rob me or something, and left and came back, and what if I like had done it again and I had to live with this after I had actually done something? And that would have been, you know, looking back at it, that would have been really terrible. I don't know if I could have, you know, lived with myself. That would have been tough. You know, I would have been really racked with guilt. I think that's something I realized about myself.
Because a lot of the, I'm going to let you know, you probably know yourself because you were on the YouTube channel, but
yeah,
a lot of the comments, you know, a lot of people believe that, you know, this wasn't something that you were new to. Yeah,
and again, I understand that, I can say whatever I want, and, you know, people are going to believe me or not believe me, but, you know, as far as, like, meeting with girls, like, you know, I do like to do that online because, I don't know, I'm kind of nervous in real life.
Age, yeah.
Yeah, but as far as, like, meeting, like, girls who are underage, that's not my thing. They're just kind of like a, I don't know, like, just kind of happened, you know what I mean? Because you guys were being nice to me. Most girls don't answer me back. You know, understandably. You know, I'm not exactly not going to say back. But, you know, you guys answered me back, and you guys were real, you know, it was you, right? We were real friends.
It's part of my team, but yes.
Yeah, and, you know, you were nice. And I was like, oh, fuck, you know, maybe she's 15, but, you know, she's nice, you know. I don't know. And again, that was just where, you know, I wasn't thinking straight. You know what I mean? Maybe I wasn't thinking with my brain. But, yeah, no, in retrospect, it seems really, you know, kind of, not kind of gross of me to do, because, you know, again, that's, you know, someone who's like 15, 16 could say they like all that stuff and say they want all that stuff, and they're not in a position to, you know, like rationally make that. Again, I think it's your job as, you know, an adult, and I'm an adult now, to make that decision to say no. You know, it doesn't matter, you know, you gotta think with your brain in that regard, because you can ruin someone's life for, you know, forever. They could be forever scarred. So yeah, and that was something that was really tough to deal with. I think that I actually, you know, went there to do, you know, maybe do something bad, you know, and that was tough. And, you know, I'm again, in that regard, I'm glad it happened, you know, because I'm not gonna do that again. But do you have like another question that got me focused?
Yeah, absolutely. No, absolutely. I was just letting you get it all out.
Yeah.
So after our meet, when you went home, what were you going through at the house?
I was just, I honestly, I don't know if I could like form it into coherent words. I was just really upset with myself. I was really upset with, you know, what I tried to do, what had happened. Just a, you know, just a mix of shit, and it's, you know, it's been something that's been ongoing, you know, like with the aftermaths of like what happened, I was thinking that night, haven't really stopped, you know. It's been a lot of, you know, uncertainty, you know, anxiety, kind of anger at myself for what I did, and nervousness about the video and the whole thing. So it's a very wide mix of emotions. So as for that night, again, I probably conked out. The next morning I woke up like a knot in my stomach, and I was just like, fuck.
I remember you telling me that when we first spoke on the phone.
I was very eager to get in contact with you. I don't know what I was thinking. I just wanted to, you know what I mean? It was kind of a weird conversation. You know what I mean? I've never really experienced something like that before, and it kind of felt like, you know, you guys were cold as shit, and I felt like it kind of ended without closure, so I was eager to get back in touch.
Yeah.
You know?
So, what, would you say that Pop Squad is effective?
Yeah, I think in regards to if you're trying to think your mission statement, it's to like discourage and expose, right? So I think if you're trying to discourage people, if you see, you know, if someone who's thinking about doing it may see your videos or videos like it, they may think, yeah, fuck, you know, I'm not even going to try to bother to do something like this because it's probably a bunch of, you know, grown-up guys trying to nab me. And if you're trying to expose, then, you know, because obviously, So.
See, the thing is, though, like I had told you that night, remember I explained there was a guy that we caught twice within the same 22 days.
Yeah, the black guy, right?
Cool, yeah. And we actually caught him 2 more times.
Did you really?
Yeah, within the last 30 days.
That's pretty messed up.
Now, we didn't catch him in person. I actually just forwarded his chat logs after he was okay with the age and all that.
Yeah.
And he asked us to come to his house, all that stuff. I just forwarded it to the detective that's on his case.
Yeah.
And then, again, 3 days ago,
he did it again?
Caught him for a 4th time.
Okay.
So that's why when, the night when we were talking, and I was like, there's nothing that you're really going to be able to say at this moment.
Yeah, so it's
I can't believe it because, I've seen firsthand how some of these guys are.
It's kind of like drug addicts, you know what I mean? You could say you're clean, say, I don't want to do this again, cry, I'll fucking sob and shit. And then, 2 weeks later, you know what I mean?
Yeah. And I actually put up a post right before we came here explaining how, all of you guys are different.
Yeah.
As far as what may drive you to make these decisions, what may be going on, and there are other guys that are really nervous somebody's around.
Just saw some girl like Papa House.
Yeah, nobody's worried about it. Some guys are really just sick and attracted to children.
Yeah.
Right? And that's what we're trying to figure out.
Yeah, no, I got you. Why?
There's no reason, or not reason, wrong word. There's no way I can cure these individuals, right?
Yeah, I got you.
But what I could do is help try to raise enough awareness so we could get the laws changed through legislation.
Yeah,
that's my main concern.
Yeah, I've read that on your Facebook.
With all this, that's my main concern. And then aside from that, it's to do what we're doing right now.
Yeah.
After the fact, I want to know how effective it was, how it affected you in the moment, and after the fact.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then I'm gonna see how the viewers feel about it.
Okay.
Because I have a lot of professionals that actually review my material.
Okay.
And they give me feedback.
Okay.
So that's the whole purpose of this.
I got you.
So I can personally, feel out how you are.
Okay. No, I understand. It's not like a gotcha thing necessarily, or like.
No, it's not.
No, okay,
I mean, it is at first.
Obviously, but like in the long run.
Yeah.
No, I understand.
That's what I was trying to explain to you today when I had reached out after I saw that you recorded your video, and I was like, listen, like it's not about trying to destroy your life. There's people that watch that are like, oh, destroy the pedal's life.
I've seen those.
Those,
it's not you guys who make me nervous. It's those guys who make me nervous. You know what I mean? Because where you guys, may have like, I not may have good intentions. I do have good intentions, obviously. There's a bunch of dumb motherfuckers out there trying to, atone for whatever's wrong with their lives by, channeling it towards something.
They don't have a professional approach.
Yes. Yeah.
And then overall, like, it's counterproductive.
Yeah.
Because if you are doing this and you're trying to help kids, then you have to do it in a sense that, number one, your material could be used in court if need be, right? Yeah. And if I'm screaming at you and threatening you, they're not going to be able to use it, right? And then two, you want to actually be able to get somewhere in conversation with the individual.
Absolutely.
Because if I had approached your car aggressive, right, you probably would have floored it in reverse. Because you had already backed up and were a little startled.
I was kind of hoping you guys would like move, and I heard a thing. I was like, hey.
Yeah, I had parked like just off enough, so it was in the way but not in the way.
Because I didn't even realize until I saw the video that you were getting out of the car.
Yeah, you took
that guy's legs off.
Yeah, you did.
Dude, my legs, you won't put my legs again.
This leg is already messed up.
Did you really?
I broke my leg like 4 months ago. So like that would have been again.
Yeah, that would have been fucked up.
It would have been really
I didn't
bad.
even realize someone was coming out. Again, I didn't realize what it was at the time.
What was going on? Yeah, honestly.
In retrospect.
I get that. But so now moving on. When you first saw your video, take me through that.
I mean, honestly, it was kind of by that point. It was been a couple of weeks because you guys, were you guys like waiting for me to reach out to you or like?
Well, no, because we were talking, remember? And then I finally
it was for like a week or two after.
Yeah,
and
it was about 2 weeks.
I kind of felt like a weird sense of relief that it was just kind of like, okay, they did it. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. Just seeing myself talk, my recollection of the light was kind of hazy. So I guess it kind of made me realize how, you know.
Well, I let you bullshit yourself around for about 60 minutes.
And I did. I took note of that, and I realized how not stupid it sounded, but yeah, just kind of it was a kind of bullshit. You know what I mean? For the whole time. You know, I guess the kind of conversation like it was all right at the end, but the first like 45, 50 minutes were just completely fucking. You know, like I was just running at the mouth. I don't even know if I was thinking. I was just trying to wiggle my way to a situation. So, and you know, and obviously I was trying to be.
I'm glad that you could admit that.
Yeah, and obviously I was trying to justify what I was doing at the time, and trying to justify how what I was doing wasn't bad. But I've had time to think about it, and I don't think that anymore. It's just I feel regret for my actions. That's the primary emotion that kind of comes out of it. And I just I don't want to do that again or feel that way again, or it's not the kind of person I'm trying to be in my life. And I guess it was a wake up call, and I guess in that regard I am grateful for it. Wish it had come in like another way. But that being said, what happened, and I'm just trying to take the positives from the situation, and then acknowledge the negatives and work on those. And I think as for what you caught me for, not really seeing that to be a problem. I understand that it's it could very well be bullshit from your perspective. That's something I haven't really considered. I haven't considered doing in a sense. As for other aspects of my life, drinking, substance abuse, that's stuff that I'm actively trying to work on and trying to be more.
And this is what I meant when we were talking on the phone before we just came today. When I was like, I know. I'm not gonna say I know like that because we do have a lot of critical viewers. So I'm gonna say I understand that everybody's different, and not everybody has the same drive to this conclusion. You get what I'm saying? Or this decision.
Yeah, and I think in my case, I just honestly, after reflecting, I just think it was more of a result of bad actions on my regard than like. Does that make any sense? Just kind of a combination of bad stuff in my life that all added up to me, making a selfish decision that, and being apathetic to the well-being of another person.
So this is my thing. I would really like to see you get help.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's not. You're not obligated, obviously.
I think
I can't force anybody, but this is my whole thing, right? This could have went real different. Like your other two situations that happened or whatever.
Yeah. This
could have been the third one that was really the dad or the uncle waiting for you.
That's the thing.
With a gun, with a bat. You know what I mean? Whatever it may be.
Or the police.
Or the police. You get what I'm saying? And we're actually getting to the point where we're going to be at that type of level as far as operations go. And that's another bittersweet thing for you as far as running into us early on when we were getting started. You get what I'm saying?
Well, I mean, could you just what do you mean, like something from that?
I'm saying like now, because we've caught so many people and our name is getting so far out.
Yeah.
What I told you in text messages, I haven't said this to the public yet.
Yeah.
But it's true.
Okay.
All right. So, I mean, you kind of got lucky that I'm not like the other guys that just try to reach out to the police, because I understand that reaching out to them is, I'm not going to say pointless.
Yeah.
But what I believe should happen doesn't happen.
Okay.
My goal is a lot bigger
just to
than
change
that.
legislation.
You get what I'm saying? Yes. And aside from that, to make an impact on the individuals that I actually run into.
Yeah, absolutely. It's worked on. Well, I can't speak for anyone else, but
So moving forward.
Okay.
Actually, not even moving forward yet. Have you came in contact with any underage individuals since then?
In regards to like trying to reach out to them for like weird stuff or like bumping into
at all? Have you came across them, in any of the apps or chatting or anything like that? And if so, what did that go? Like, how did it go?
Have I like been trying to like?
Have you talked to any minors since then?
Like under 6, because age of consent can get 16. Right?
Mm-hmm. No. All right, and you're how old again?
23.
All right. Have you talked to any 16-year-olds?
Just to like say hi. I don't think anyone even answered me. Because they just said 16, right? Am I wrong
Yes.
about that?
No, it is.
Okay, just making sure.
So now, this is my thing. Okay. Wow, the age of consent is 16, right?
Yeah.
Which means it's legal for somebody that's, 30 or 40
Yeah.
to engage in a conversation and sexual,
Yes, Doc.
with a 16-year-old. Do you feel that it's morally incorrect? It's your personal opinion.
My personal, the thing, I guess, like as far as like the human brain goes, because there's done studies and they say your brain really doesn't stop developing until you're like what, 25. So I don't know. I'm not a neuro specialist. I have no idea. I can see how people don't like the concept of it being legal for technically a 16-year-old and a 40-year-old to be in contact.
Yeah.
But
or even 30, because it's still like while you're over that line, the legal line, it's still just like, what does a 16-year-old, right, and a 30-year-old have in common? That's my thing. That's another law that I'm trying to get changed. I think at least 18, but then still 18 and 40 is just, to me, it's weird.
It's just, I guess it kind of, just as far as like, because you can't gauge how emotionally mature someone is, you know what I mean? There are 16-year-olds who are probably, mature, and then there are fucking 30-year-olds who, may still, you know what I mean, who are fucking assholes. So I think, I guess in regards to that, that's a thought process I've kind of had before, like where the morality, like as far as morality goes, like are we moving towards being stricter, or are we moving towards being more liberal? And I guess 18. I guess people kind of like look at 18 as like because like probably from like TV and movies and shit. Because like California's 18. That's actually pretty strict for the United States. I think 30 or something. It's 16. But I don't know. Is it worth sending someone to jail if they're, you know what I mean? Say like a 17-year-old and like a 21-year-old. Is it worth sending that 21-year-old to jail and becoming a sex offender?
I think it is.
You think it is in all cases?
So if you had a daughter, that was 17 years old, which that's consensual here.
Yeah.
Okay. But let's just say hypothetically, you have a daughter, she's 17, she comes home with a 25-year-old man or whatever it may be. How would you feel about that?
I guess, again, it would depend on the guy, and I'm being straight with you. I'm not trying to justify anything. It would really depend on the guy, I guess I understand how I'd be a little bit uneasy, but I suppose hopefully by that point I would trust my daughter to make hopefully I've raised her well enough to be, have self-esteem and be a confident, intelligent young woman who can hopefully be a good judge of character. Okay. And obviously I'd be there for her if anything happened, and it's not like I'd take it. I'm never gonna be one of those dads who takes a like has a shirt that says, be back by 10 minutes, shoot you in the face. Mm-hmm. I think that's kind of obnoxious. I hope I raise my help the daughter I have to be.
You're good. She's clean.
To know how to make those decisions for herself, and to use her brain and to not have low self-esteem and try to fill a void with a guy or any guy. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So I think as far as that goes, it's I guess if you're like honestly saying as far as that stuff goes, I'd probably lean more liberal than conservative. Mm-hmm. And I know you said you're 18. Agree to disagree. Mm-hmm. We'll see what happens in regards to what you're doing. And if it is 18, it's not like I'm gonna be like, oh, that's fucking bullshit. So.
Yeah. I was just curious. That's all. Yeah. Because it's something that goes through my mind when people are like, oh well, that's not that bad, or the age gap isn't that bad.
And then you got countries like I mentioned it when we were talking the first time. You got countries like Spain. I think they changed it, but like their age exam is like 13 for both genders. Or some countries have different ones for girls and guys. Look like Europe and stuff. It's a lot more lax than us. But yeah, I'm sure we want to move on. I don't know if you want to.
Well, no, that's pretty much the questions that I had. My last one is: are you gonna actually get help for you?
For me, yeah. Well, I think it would be good for me. You know what I mean? I don't know about as far. Again, I'm pretty solid on the whole. I don't really want to do that whole thing again. I don't think of myself as a predator. I was acting predatory that night. I don't think of myself as someone who intentionally is trying to manipulate people to to get what I want from them. But that's something I got to be more conscious of in the future. And in that regard, I think I've been a lot better. Just thinking, is this right of me to do? And just all things in my life. As far as drinking and substance abuse goes, I think that it would be good for me to go talk to someone about it in order to not make different kinds of mistakes, with the same ingredients,
Yeah. Were you, I don't think I asked this that night. I've talked to so many guys now.
Yeah, they're all starting to blur together.
Starting to blur together, but, have you ever been abused in any way as a child? You haven't. Okay.
I was a pretty ugly kid, so.
Huh?
I was a pretty ugly kid, so.
It happens to all types of kids.
I know.
Everybody goes through the ugly duckling stage, man.
I'm still waiting to get out of it.
But listen, I asked though because a lot of the guys have, and then the ones that haven't, it just really boggles my mind that they still show up. And I'm not even really referring that to you in the sense of, I mean like the ones that talk really sexual and ask the really gross questions like, how much hair do you have down there? Does stuff come out of you when you touch yourself? Things like that.
Okay, right? So I see why you
talk to them like that. And then when I ask them, have you been abused or sexually molested or anything, and they say no, it's like, where does this come from? Or the ones that say yes. And I'm like, so why would you put somebody through that if it made you feel how you know what I mean? So that's why I asked you that question.
I understand.
And then you get answers like, from Maddie that say,
the hot dog with the ass guy? That was pretty fucking weird.
Out there.
That was super weird.
And that was our first one that was really out there. Like that was the first one that was really like.
I didn't even know.
That was like your first one you recorded, right?
My third. No, I had 2 catches before that.
You said they kind of.
I took them down.
Yeah.
Because that's when I wasn't calm.
Yeah.
Maddie was my first calm, cool, collected.
Yeah. That was our first sit down.
Okay. Yeah, our first sit down. Yeah, because the first 2 we were chasing around the streets.
Yeah,
nice.
Like literally. And if you check out the new compilation I put up, you could actually see clips from the first 2. That I put up, but I never put the full catches back up. Okay. So what we do from here is I'm gonna put this up.
Okay.
I want to see what the people think.
Okay.
All right. And me and you'll stay in touch.
If that being said,
I had no problem doing that before.
Yeah. No.
Go ahead. What were you gonna say?
Again, I always feel weird asking this now because I don't want you to get all mad at me, because I keep asking about face blur and stuff. I'm just curious. You said you were gonna.
Your face is gonna be blurred on this.
In this one, okay. That's all I was at. Again, I feel like over text it doesn't really convey.
You agreed to come out, and I'll say it on camera too. Like you agreed to come out, and I told you if you agreed to sit down and recap that whole night and the whole day, I'll blur your face for this one.
You did, so.
Okay, so that's what I'm gonna do, and we're gonna take it from there. Now, if you wanna let me know how counseling's going or whatever, that's on you. You don't have to. I would just be interested to know how it's affecting you.
Yeah.
That's all. If it's gonna be helpful, if it's something that you end up saying I don't want to do it or anything like that. But we could definitely be in touch like before. It's just the first time around when you were like checking YouTube consistently,
and you gotta
stuff
I
like
was
that.
Freaking the fuck out. There was a week where I was experiencing such a blur of emotions I can't even. You know what I mean? It's kind of tough to describe because, again, obviously, I was, thinking selfishly, self-preservation first. I'll admit that. But yeah, I'll check in on you guys occasionally now. I'm trying to forget because it's out there. You know what I mean? I'm just trying not to make the same mistakes again. I guess.
So how long did it take you to find your video on the new channel?
Oh no, I found it the day you posted it.
Yeah.
And after that, I kind of stopped checking quite as much, and I was like, all right, that's enough.
All right. I think that's all the questions that I had for you. Do you have anything that you want to say or ask?
I think I covered pretty much everything. I just want people to understand that it's something that.
That's what this is for. I really want you to talk to them.
I feel a lot of regret for what I did, and it's something that I don't want to feel the way I felt like kind of like a piece of shit again. So I am grateful for that, and I'm grateful for what it's kind of done for me to kind of help me find myself as a person and kind of understand the right and wrong of the situation. I understand I was in the wrong, so going forward, I think that if that would put people at ease, that's the God's honest truth. It's not something I desire to do again. So again, whether they believe it or not is up to them. So.
Absolutely. And I actually did have one more that just hit me.
Yes, sir.
Did any of your friends or family see your video?
No, not to my knowledge.
So nobody that you know contacted you?
No.
Okay.
I keep to myself, so.
Alright, you got pretty lucky because the majority of our guys.
That's the thing. And again, that's kind of been weighing heavily on me, but I figured if it did happen, it did happen. But I'm glad I got the chance to come out and talk to you guys. You know what I mean? Because I do want to. I guess I do want to live my life going forward, you know? Yeah. I understand where you're coming from, not caving into my, if I would come out and bullshitting you, and then you catching me 2 days later. And I've thought a lot about the situation, but also, I would like to move forward and, just know that I got lucky running into you guys, because I think you guys are, good guys, and I mean,
even running into us instead of the other groups. Like,
yeah,
there's not like you said, there's not a lot of groups out here that do this, but it's just the fact that, like, you've seen for yourself through doing the research now, a lot of the other groups do this a very different way.
I don't know if I want to say like aggressive, but kind of like it's like a lack of tact, I guess. You know what I mean? It's just very like how they approach it is just like what's the thing, like the guy, like that lady who committed suicide in Canada, the guy in the wheelchair got hit by a fucking car. You know what I mean? That was just handled so like unprofessionally. But
yeah, there's a couple groups that I don't agree with, and we make sure that we distance our brands so we're not confused to be associated with them.
Yeah, I know you kind of took the creep catchers thing out of it, right?
Yeah, because that was at the beginning, and I completely have. And we actually have a couple groups that used to be affiliated with them that removed their self from that as well, because it's not looking good up there in Canada. But my whole thing though is still, as long as they're out there doing the job, it's somewhat of a plus. But there's a way to go about this.
Yeah, that's the way that you're trying.
That's the way I'm trying to do it. But if that's all you have to say, I'm all set. Okay. We'll be in touch.
Okay, do you mind if, like, I don't want to sound sketchy, but can I, like, text you?
Yeah.
Okay, like, I'll text you when I'm, like, ready to talk. It's just something I don't really want someone, like, looking at my phone and being like,
no, it's completely on you. Like, the only reason why I reached out to you today is just because of the YouTube thing came up, and I was like, all right. Well, it wasn't that I was pissed. I wasn't pissed. I was just more disappointed, like, okay, well, this guy really...
and I did it, and I was like, I shouldn't have done that, because, they've been pretty...
Because it just showed me, to me, it was saying that what you were saying before when we were trying to stay in touch before I cut ties, and I was like,
all I was worrying about was the video. That's what you were saying. And I guess in a regard,
selfish.
I guess I'm kind of glad I did it because I got a chance to come and talk to you guys, which wasn't really happening, but... I'm really glad I got to come out with you guys. I feel like I kind of have like a little knot in my gut since it happened, so it's kind of dissipating a little bit. I'm glad, and I'll, again, if you don't hear from me, go ahead.
Go ahead. I'm gonna keep this down.
I'll shoot you a text when my first appointment's done, alright? And if you don't hear from me again, as of right now, I don't know what's going to happen in my life. I intend to keep in touch, alright? You know what I mean? So, don't think if you don't hear from me again, I'm living a life of debauchery and so.
I'm not worried about it. You know about the website, you know about the YouTube channel.
Yep,
so
I know that
the number that you have changes often because that's the decoy phone. But if for some reason you do send me a text message and I don't respond, then contact me.
I can email you too. Yep. When it's time to contact, I'll probably just shoot you an email, okay?
Yeah, either that or you can shoot me your email when you get your car tonight. That way I'll just save it or whatever, and I'll shoot you one back.
Okay, cool.
Or you could, you can find us on Facebook. We're not hard to find.
Oh no, I check Facebook.
You can message the initial group, and it goes right to us anyway. So.
Yeah,
okay, cool.
Definitely.
So hopefully I'll hear from you again. If we do another sit down, if that would make you guys feel better, that's cool.
Absolutely. Like I told you before, I'm open.
I appreciate how you're not trying, because at first, like when we were first talking, you're like, oh yeah, I gotta see me every 2 weeks. That kind of freaked me out. So I'm like, oh fuck, if I miss the thing, what if they think I'm out there fucking, So that's good. It's kind of more like a laid back approach. So I'll and even if you don't, I'll let you know how it goes. I'll let you know if you want to hear about it. You know what I mean? So I'm really glad I met with you guys. In a different light. Because the last one was kind of charged, so it was good to kind of sit down and have a normal conversation. Yeah. So I'm sure you guys are itching to get out of here by now. It's probably been
a little while. We always spend a lot of time with you.
Oh yeah, well I just have I cannot fucking stop talking. So
it's all right.
It's got a lot to say. I like it.
Yeah, no, definitely, because it's important for the people to see more than one side.
The thought process too.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And this is what it's all about.
I just hope I can show people that not everyone. It's not a good thing. It's something that's shitty to do no matter what. But hopefully they see it's kind of possible to kind of come out of it positively. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It doesn't have to. That's I don't know where that's worded. It's just it's not everyone. You can make a mistake and not be a fucking evil person. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just hopefully people will realize that. If not,
no, you're right. It's coming out positively, but I'm saying like moving forward in a positive.
Yeah, that's
nature.
the thing. I think that's so important in life. Just have a positive attitude.
Because some guys that we catch, they go right back.
Yeah.
I can show you like 4 right now that I know are getting ready to do it again.
Yeah.
You know? So this definitely is a plus. I'm glad that we got to sit down.
Absolutely.
And when you're ready to reach out, you know how to get in touch with me.
Yep, absolutely.
Did you have anything you wanted to ask?
My last question was, do you think Top Squad helped you?
If you asked me that like 3 weeks ago, I would have probably said no. But in retrospect, I really think so.
Was it wake up?
I think it was. I think because you guys are out here trying to like help and trying to do the right thing, I think it's something that has really forced me to evaluate my life and evaluate my choices, and kind of use this as like a wake up call, because you can have way worse rock bottom. You can OD on fucking heroin in a hotel room, get busted by the cops, get busted with shit in your car, and it took something that was kind of below the radar with you two guys who are trying to help, and I think that in retrospect, looking back now after a month and a half, it was a good thing. So in a weird way, I wouldn't have thought that night, but I was, it's not a bad thing. I'm really glad I got some people down with you guys to have like a normal conversation. I cannot reiterate that enough.
Sometimes it's a wake up call and life change you don't even expect. You just need,
Yeah, exactly.
Sometimes it happens for a reason. You just something in you needs that little wake up call.
Yeah, just to think that I can't keep living like this. Like you said, I could be a fucking drunk driver and fucking careen into a fucking van.
Yeah, that's what
there's lots of bad shit that could come from.
That's why I definitely want you to get help for the other things that we had spoken about.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because I believe, and I don't know if the people are going to agree, but I believe that how you're living life or how you were living life led up to this fucked up decision.
Yeah, absolutely.
You get what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
So definitely reach out when you're ready.
Okay.
I'm around.
Okay.
All right?
I'll shoot you an email, okay?
Thank you very much. And I'll blur your name out at the end right there.
Thank you very much, guys.
No problem. You too.